Greetings to all Aridif, Z-R-I-D-I-F, in this is it spelled. We understand that all who desire to connect with the Nihal collective in this evening, but before connecting, we wish to express the true things in which we have always expressed first, above and beyond all things expressed within this day, to know, feel, and to perceive that you are loved, and our perspective is of the utmost importance. Secondly, it is within our excitement and in our excitement in which we co-create with each and every one of you, individually and co-creatively. We also wish to express that this excitement in co-creation does not only stand in this moment, but through all moments of your linear time. We will now connect with the Nihal collective. One moment. Greetings, all and one. We are the Nihal collective. Greetings to each and every one of you. Greetings to all of you. It is a pleasure to know you this moment. Thank you for your participation in our creation, and thank all of you for your participation. We have come here this day to share with you a little of what we see with your Earth right now. What is going on right now with your planet in this time? This is surely not our planet. The version of us has gone to a new level. Before, we've ranged between 2 and 4.5% variance, all the way as high as 6.1, as we see Rob going through his own timeline, and now we're at over 8.2% difference. So what is happening to your planet? There are a lot of things differently that's happened to your planet. The first and most obvious is that you have chosen the pathway of the contaminant virus and the pandemic. This is a very interesting choice in our perspective. The overarching energy that's laid inside of all of the desires for humans to grow is what? Connecting to one another, breaking barriers with one another. And this part of that barrier is an exceptional part. Well done. Well done for all of you. It doesn't seem very fun at this moment, nor will it seem fun for the next few months of your time. But eventually, you can see the fun in what you've created. Already, there are many differences that you're seeing, many differences in your world before and your world now. What has come of the differences? What is a part of those similarities that you see? One thing you've noticed in multiple years is the heading towards truth. You see this in your political fields. You see this in your environment socially. You see this in your experience with intimately loved ones and with strangers. Everything is becoming apparent and transparent for you. This happened with us. It happened with us, and we continue to push forward. But it's happening with you in a new way, a new experience, a new energy behind that experience. And the pandemic interests us solely for the purpose of choosing a way that first inserts great fear. Similarly, our experiences caused fear, but it was not a fear on the planet's surface. It was a fear from above, a fear from the meteor that came close to Earth but did not hit Earth. The scientific community all agreed that it would hit Earth, and it scrambled us for several days, meeting our maker, meeting each other, loving one another. And despite what professionals thought, we never went to rioting and murder. Despite what professionals thought, we never took it upon ourselves to insert negativity in the lives of others when there was only one cared about thought: family and friends and close humans to us. the other beings who shared our experience in reality, to embrace them in our arms and hope that everything could be okay. Would it have killed the planet? No. Would it have taken out millions of human beings? Possibly. The only truth that was known is that many would die. So this isn't so different from your experience after all, is it? This isn't an experience that's changed much. Now you get to see it in long action, not short, several days of fear, concerns, worries about you and your friends and family, but honestly fearing for those around you for long periods of time. Some of you have learned the art of not fearing. This is congratulations. This is something that is special that not many humans were able to do. And this experience makes you feel vindicated and hopeful for the next parts of your experience, the next part of your life, where you can go face anything now without that fear holding on your shoulders and feeling deeply inside of your stomach every day, released, gone. What worse could come? There are many things that could seem worse, but are they? No. Death to the world by a pandemic, a virus, a flu bug, any form of virus or bacteria is the worst possible scenario in most humans' minds. A slow, painful death watching those that you love around you die. What an horrible, horrific thing to think. But now you have so much in front of you that's clearer. There are concerns and worries. The virus will come back and leave and come back and leave. And is this still possible? Yes. But even if that happens, it will not impact you in the worst way. The worst for that will be most likely behind you. There's only 3% of all the possible timelines that are available to you, and a 2% differential on either side, scoping out to 4% difference on either side, that you will have worse ahead of you with this virus than what is behind you. Most of you have already decided you're tired of this lesson. You've learned your lesson. It's time to move on. Because you choose to move on, so will we with what we share. The individual perspective of freedom is a large lesson learned. To be able to feel the difference between being suppressed or closed in a small space and then having large freedoms, large spaces to stretch yourself out in. What a difference that is. Psychologically, the difference between a human in prison and a human who is free is a great difference. Some of you know studies of the influences of that on a human mind. Some of you know the studies that being kept in a cage is far more detrimental to the social and psychological buildings of your social system and of your personal mindset than anything else can be. Love is an important factor in that experience. How many of you have had the opportunity to love yourself fully through this experience? How many of you have loved others through this experience? Some of you had great love and support, others not any support. And those of you who did not have support of your fellow humans when going through fear feels like you've lost parts of yourself. Don't worry, those parts come back if you let them, if you decide that it's worth coming back to. To do that, you have to realize the fear outside of yourself is a fear caused from the entire collective wanting better, but being used to not having it. So it gets projected out and a reality around you. See the difference. Feel the difference. Feel the shift of your own energy and feel the shift of the energies around you. It is interesting that all of you spoke in great length about the difference between the internal and external perspective. Some of you now need the external perspective, although all of us eventually come to the internal perspective. We see no difference between the inner and outer perspectives if there is a knowledge that you're in the driver's seat of creating. The external perspective is shown to you as the mirror, internally, knowing that it's important, but also using the external experience and the external societal reflections back into your energy and back into your own periphery will be important so that you know what energy is within you, and that can be shifted also internally or externally. Right now, many teachers teaching internal change is the only change, but the external change is valued in a separate way. Most of the beings who live that truth have never lived on Earth for long periods of time. They do not understand the way that Earth energy is incorporated on a daily basis. Technically, they understand the energy. Technically, they understand the way that Earth works. But to live and to experience is not the entire energy spectrum that could be learned by living on Earth. And it is important for all of you who do to recognize fundamentally the difference of what they share from their perspective and what can be implemented in your perspective. If you've achieved the ability to open yourself to the unlimited, unending potential, then disregard previous expression. But if you still feel that your internal systems and external systems have limitations, then you can use the external experience to your favor. When you see a plant dying in your neighbor's yard, you have the power to water it. What is the action of watering the plant? It is your expression of care for the environment around you. Even if you despise your neighbor, you still care for your environment. If you love your neighbor, this gives you more to work with, a higher incentive to change the external energy. What does that do? It brings the endorphins and oxytocins into your bloodstream and opens your experience with better feeling. How do you combat depression? How do you combat negativity of the mind? With moments of clear conscious and feeling positive. Externally, you have just done something internally that you could not. You could not shift your day mentally. You could not shift your reality internally. Yet, externally, you are able to provide similar or same in reaction to your external environment. Spread the word to all you know now. It is officially a moment that you can all do something outside of yourself and still make changes internally. And we joke with you about that, but it is very important to realize that it is a possibility, and that possibility has ramifications beyond the simple aspects of spiritual growth. What are spiritual growths? Many of us thought for many millennia that it was reaching to this God, reaching to multiple gods, reaching to spirit essences, and having them imbue ourselves with their love, having us imbue ourselves with their wisdom. Internally, the functions of love and wisdom were found. We found what we needed when we were looking to ourselves or to one another. The system of that experience is still available to all humans, and all humans have capacity for great wisdom and great love. The spiritual journey changes from the focus on the external gods to the internal God, the system where most of you are at now, that will define the earth experiences at a later time. More people begin to understand their creationism. More people understand their own manifestations, still in many forms, still in many out expressions of that, still coming visually in multiple ways, but the energy beneath is the same. That energy is going to also transmute into feeling one another, incorporating one another, not having to question the sensations, thoughts, emotions inside of another. Because you've become so in touch with your environment, because you come in touch with internal and external technology, because you have come in touch with wisdom at great lengths, you have the opportunity to feel each other. All of you do now, but lesser a degree than what you are capable of. The most wise and spiritual humans who walk the earth on this moment still are shadows of the larger expression of human capacity that comes next. All of you are taking the baby steps now, and will make the baby steps until big steps are made. And the large steps are not large steps, they are leaps and jumps and bounds, and those bounds are important. But to get to the bounds, first the baby steps, going through the expression of spirituality in the forms that are given, to a place where you can now internally ignite the empathetic connection to all of the other humans, is a jump of learning, and the learning comes from wisdom, and the learning comes from the experience of repetitive love and breaking division internally and externally until all barriers are clear. And that experience is what this great pandemic starts to teach you, the same as our meteor asteroid taught us.